Happy Sunday, everybody. How's everybody doing on this beautiful morning or afternoon, wherever you're at? Happy Sunday, everybody. Whoops. Oh, got a little bit of a back feed there. We're good. Hope everybody's doing pretty good today. I see people kind of trickling into the chat. I got my main man and wingman, KFett. What's going on, man?
Hey, man, doing pretty good. Long week, a lot of travel, and had a little fun evening last night, but doing well.
I know. I heard you put up the hair a little bit last night, huh?
Yeah, and into the morning. So it was a good time. I probably shouldn't have had as many drinks, but it was enjoyable.
Every now and then you got to do it, man.
Right? I hear you.
But then when you do it, then you're reminded of how old we are.
Yeah, you got to pull out the Murtaugh and just be like, I'm too old for this shit. And
man, I haven't drank in so long. If I drink right now, like, I don't know, I'll probably get drunk off like 2 or 3 beers, man. I don't know. I haven't drank in a long time, but
it's
well, actually, I drink occasionally, like on the show and stuff like that, but I only have like maybe 1 or 2. I don't have like a crazy amount. I just can't go hard like I used to when I was in the Army, man. I used to.
Oh yeah, I bet, man.
That was like the thing to do in the Army. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Working out and going to drink, but clearly I don't work out anymore.
Burning all the calories and putting them right back on.
What's going on with you, man? What's new? We're gonna cover somebody like your pickups and stuff in a little bit, but anything new going on with you recently?
Well, I mean, some of you, if you guys are part of the whole Star Wars community and stuff like that, might have seen, been helping my buddy over at, he runs Official Pics, but they made their big announcement the previous week about Mark Hamill signing, and we had that open up earlier this week, and that was insane, man. Mm-hmm. We sold all of our signings within like a 4-hour window, so it's crazy. So we're going through it all right now. Mark Hamill is a steep ticket. Forget statues, man. Autographs. Holy crap. Those things are going for top dollar to get Mark Hamill these days.
How much are they going for?
Well, let's just say we were working with Mark Hamill a little bit. For those who know, his wife is his agent. So she negotiates everything. And, and Mark also doesn't want like anyone to be like these resellers coming in doing mass quantities of things. So they're really limited. So like, for instance, they were only going to sign like 100 movie posters. Didn't matter which one it was, just 100 across the board. And they wanted $1,000 a signature.
$1,000?
$1,000 for, 100 things. I mean, I'm start tallying up the numbers real quick. And that's we worked on it and we negotiated it down a little bit. I think it ended up being about 800. But then you get down to like the pictures and like plaques and stuff. You're talking maybe like $300-400. And but that guy, he's insane, man. But he's right there out of the Bay Area. That's where we're going to be doing the signing. So it's easy to get him. So I'm glad some of the fans are going to be able to get an autograph from Mark because he doesn't do them too often anymore. Here's a rare signature, and it's always something nice to add next to your statue if you're into those types of things.
That's cool, man. That's cool. I would love to meet this guy. You know what I mean?
He's actually really chill. He's a good guy in person and stuff like that. Some of these actors, they can kind of, disappoint you when you meet him, but he's always been very cordial and very easy to work. His wife's she's a little bit more of a spitfire. She's a little bit harder to work with, but
really?
Mark's very chill, so he's a good guy. He's yin and yang.
He probably is chill as shit. I mean, he's charging $1,000 a pop. You know what I mean? I'd be in there happy even if I had a bad day, I'd be in there happy getting $1,000 a pop. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, he does 500 autographs. Can anyone do that math real quick? That's I'm like, holy crap. Give me it. I want that kind of life.
Yeah, seriously. But yeah, let me get some background music. Let's set the mood. And let's say what's up to some guys in the chat. I don't know can you hear that?
I can't hear anything at the moment. Oh, there we go. It's all good. That's perfect.
Is that too loud? Let me know in the chat too, guys, if it's too loud for you guys. Let's say what's up to the guys. Let me just turn this down just a smidge. It like gradually gets louder for some reason. I don't know why it does that. All right. Let's see who's all up in chat. Anthony Kennedy, what's going on, my brother? How you doing? KFett saying what's up to everybody. I hope you're enjoying that statue, man. You got it all set up and everything? If wherever you got it set it up, let us know. Put it in the group. I'd love to see it, how you got it set up. Alan Kiefer, always nice to see you, man. Hey, guys, more statue talk. Yeah. Mitch, what's going on? How you doing? Ledge, how's it going, guys? Happy Sunday. Kevin, Alan, Adam, and Mitch. We already said what's up to these guys. Who else is in here? Jojo, what's going on? Dinesh, how you doing? How do you say that last name? Can you say
I would probably butcher it if I tried. I'm not gonna like that one.
Jonas, what's going on? Great Sunday morning, fellas. My man Slifer. Hey, Slifer and Ledge, I got your pickups in here, man. We're gonna share that. I want to show you guys his pickups. I saw you put it in the group, so we'll share that in a second. Got some good pickups there. Who else? What's Anthony say? I got a. Oh, what happened there?
There we go.
I got a wall of Funko Pops that are signed, and I would love to add Mark Hamill to the wall one day. That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Good autograph you have there, man.
Yeah.
Send us some photos of that wall of Funko Pops, Anthony.
Yeah, I want to see that too. Yeah, so many. Let me tell you, there is so many people that collect Funko Pops still. I remember when like Beanie Babies were like huge back in the day. It was like everyone had to have them, and then Funko Pops came out. And so many people collect Funko Pops. There's some Funko Pops that go for like tons of money. I just never got into them too much, but there's some cool ones out there. Tony, stay frosty. What's going on, man? Gotham saying, hey, can't stick around. Have a good stream. Thanks for popping in, man. Hey, by the way, your collection is looking better and better every time I see it. So good job with setting up your collection. Mutant X Corpse, what's up? What's going on, man? John Connor, one of my favorite names. What's going on? How you doing? Did I miss anybody? Donald, what's up, guys? Happy Sunday. And Dennis Perez, one of my favorite guys. How you doing, man? Cab, what's going on? Happy Sunday, Adam. Thank you. Thanks for joining. All right.
Wait, did you say? I thought we banned this guy. I don't know how he got
What
in.
the hell is that?
Son of a gun. All right.
Son of a bitch. I thought we banned him.
Really did.
Nah, that's my man Shane. What's going on, Shane? Stay safe out there, man. I know you're out on the road. And tase them first and ask questions later.
There you go.
All right, so let's go through a couple things here. Let me see if I can pull it up. So I heard for you, all you video game, we got a lot of, I would assume we got a lot of video game like players in our group. So I saw this. I wanted to share it with you guys in Modern Warfare. I don't really play Modern Warfare, but I thought this was really cool because it popped up on my feed. They got a skin for Spawn. How badass is that?
Al Simmons hunting you down, man. I love it.
Yeah, man. As an operator, that is cool. And you know it goes because Spawn uses weapons all the time. You know what I mean? So
that wasn't he was originally, wasn't he in the Marines or something like that, or Special Forces?
Yeah, he's like Special Forces or something, and slash mercenary. So yeah, it's cool. Thought that was cool. We already talked about that. Tell us about this, KFett. You got a little project you're working on? Yeah.
So what you're seeing here is been hard at work. These are 3 different B-wings, studio scale size. So got them all, the parts all primed. We're going to start painting everything next week and get these things going. But yeah, it seems like kind of a hype lately. You know, everyone's kind of getting into the Star Wars vehicle era. And I know, Adam, the bug's been you a little bit too. But yeah, working out of my shop on these ones. So we'll have some good photos here in the next week or two as I wrap these up. But yeah, these are a full set of 3 different B-wings that'll be produced here soon.
That looks crazy, man. Crazy. How long do you think that's going to take you to like put together and paint and all that?
I'm expecting to have this thing wrapped up here in about 2-3 weeks.
You said 2 or 3 weeks?
Yeah. So before we get to Halloween, these things should be pretty much done. So I'll send you some finished shop of them. But excited to work on these. I've always loved the B-wing. That was one of my favorites. So it'll be nice to add it to the collection.
What's Ahsoka's ship called? Is it the
series now?
T6 or something?
Maybe the T6, because yeah, you had Luke's was the T16 or whatnot. So maybe whatever it is, I really do like the look of it. It is kind of cool. So
Yeah.
I'm definitely. I know I'm working with some other guys. We're starting to work on the model of it. So we'll see. But it's a pretty badass ship.
Yeah. We're going to talk about the show too, man. That show is getting good. We'll talk about the show today. So, and I don't know, we'll ask the crowd to see if we can share spoilers or not, but I'm pretty sure everybody's been watching it pretty quick and you've had a little bit of time to watch it. So, Anthony, that Spawn statue, that would be a statue. Yeah. I mean, a Spawn statue would be nice. Cool Spawn skin. Yeah. He's licensed. Yeah, license out a damn statue. Let us do statues. Don't license out skins. Hey, Fatal, what's going on? What's up, collectors? This looks cool, but the Call of Duty community is not happy with the gimmicks. They are saying it moves away from the realism of Call of Duty. Really? I think it's badass. Anyway, yeah. So you're working on that project. When do you think you'll be done this whole project?
Yeah, I'm shooting right before Halloween here, so
Halloween.
We should make some really good headway in next week or so. Yeah, painting all of it, so got plenty of reference photos. So
I think Tony Stay Frosty is trying to say something to you there. KFett, my Predator DX spine is touching my leg armor. Should I use a blow dryer, or will that wreck the paint?
Will not wreck the paint if you're trying just to move it a little bit. You just want to heat it up slightly. That's a good approach. The hairdryer is definitely the good approach to do that. So don't worry about the paint; it won't wreck it.
This is something that I saw that was pretty cool for some more video game players out there. I'm definitely going to play this. Have you heard about this game?
Yeah, I've seen like the trailer and stuff like that for it. So what was it? A little while back, they had one. It was Star Wars. It was like level 1313 or something like that. It was going to be around Fett. But this one kind of seems to kind of take Fett out of it and has now put this, I don't know, for lack of a better word, a female Han Solo, if you will.
Yeah, she's like a scoundrel or like kind of like a thief or something like that. Or a space cowboy, if you would say. So this is Ubisoft's like first open world Star Wars game. So supposedly there's like no load times. You can jump in a spaceship, go to different places, have space battles, customize things. It's supposed to take place, I think they say, between The Empire Strikes Back and The Return of the Jedi. So I thought that was really cool, and I think it'd be fun to play. I don't know if it's going to be multiplayer. Do you know if it's going to be like multiplayer, or is it just a single player?
No, I think this is just a campaign mode that you kind of go through. So I think the story's kind of linear and all that. But again, the graphics and all that looks really, really cool. I mean, maybe someone in the chat, I don't think it's like an open world type thing. I do think it's kind of that linear setup, but who knows?
Yeah.
Still looks great. It'll be a fun playthrough.
Slifer said, totally bogus. You can't create your own character. How do you feel about that?
I prefer stuff like that now. You know, as you were talking about it, I'm over here like playing hours and hours of Baldur's Gate 3 at the moment. So
I gotta play that. I want to get it on PlayStation 5. I got it on computer, but it's so much more comfortable to sit on my couch and just like play it on the TV.
So I'm all about customizing what my character looks like and going into it. So
I love that kind of stuff.
I do hate that limitation of, okay, I'm just stuck with this character and I got to run through it. But, you know, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shane's all into it. Shane wants to talk some Baldur's Gate here, man. So.
Yeah. I want to play it. So, Shane, you already started playing it on your, I think Shane's got PS5, right?
Yeah, I think he does too.
Yeah.
But then we got Ledge over here, probably just listening to us while he's playing that Call of Duty, it looks like. So,
is that skin out already? Is that skin out, Ledge? Let me know if that Spawn skin's out already. I don't know if it's out or not, but
watch out for all those 12-year-olds, man. These guys are
I am such a sucker for skins. I'm the guy who spends the money on the skins. If it's something cool, like I'll be like, "Yep, I'm getting it. Yep, I'm getting it." I'm such a little skin whore, I guess. Does that even sound right? But anyway. Yeah, I like buying skins.
Yeah, and Slifer, you're not wrong. You can definitely feel like Star Wars has got some kind heavy female vibes going lately. So
Yeah.
you're not alone on that thought, buddy.
So Ahsoka, we saw the latest episode. If you guys, even if I just share this and you haven't watched the episode yet, like you probably saw this all over Facebook. It is all over Facebook. We're going to talk about some Anthony Kennedy calls. We're going to talk about some Ahsoka. So if you haven't watched the show and you don't want to get it spoiled, you can leave and then come back if you want. So everybody good with that? We're going to talk about it. Everybody good with that in the chat? Give me a thumbs up if you are.
We've asked this group before. I think everyone's pretty much.
Yeah, everybody good? Okay. All right. So what did you think about the latest episode?
I thought it was good. From everything I've heard, the last two are real high-end, just action through the whole thing. Going to be some jaw droppers. So this one's like setting the table, but the table looks really, really good at the moment. So it was great. I am laughing a little bit. The memes are kind of fun. I've seen the one that shows Rebels Thrawn and now the live production Thrawn, and it's like pre-COVID, post-COVID. So, you know, Thrawn's put on a little extra. You know, he's a little bit thicker these days. But yeah, overall, I mean, I thought who they picked for Ezra, it seems like he's pretty cool. But I also buy into the thought that apparently anytime a Jedi goes into hiding, they all become hobos. So that's the look. Every Jedi becomes a hobo now when they're in hiding. No one has a razor.
So as I watch the Rebels, like the cartoon or the animated series, and I see how Ezra is like developing and going into the storyline, and then I saw him here, and I was like, man, I'm so much more like connected to the story, and I think it's really cool how they're putting everything together. And what's the name's guy again, or the guy's name that the director for the show again?
Oh, Dave Filoni.
Yeah, man, he's doing such a fantastic job putting this all together.
Yeah,
you know, so I'm really digging the story. I think the way Thrawn came out and he's like walking out like a badass, and he's got his army behind him, and you got like these soldiers that looked all like weathered, and I guess because the Empire's like divided, right? It's all like broken apart and divided, and they're maybe they're scarce with resources and stuff, so their armors are all cracked and dirty looking and weathered. And then you got like this badass. Do you remember this guy's name? Did they give him a name?
They did give him a name. I don't recall off the top of my head, but yeah.
Yeah. I thought this was really interesting. Kind of gave me like Gladiator vibes. You ever see the Gladiator?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, and then the guy comes out with like the armor, and he's got like those faces on the side of his helmets and stuff. And this kind of gave me that vibe, but you could just tell this guy's a badass. So I'm hoping he develops into something. You know what I mean?
Well, I posted on one channel at one point, and I was kind of like, Star Wars is notorious for having these masked cool villains, and nothing ever happens with them.
I know.
Whether it's Boba Fett, Captain Phasma.
Captain Phasma, the way she died, I was like, that's it? Are you serious? That's it? She was like badass. She was walking around with her cool armor, and then she died so easily. I was like, man, come on.
Oh, yeah. Shane corrected us, Captain Enoch or whatever. And then, yeah, he thinks it's pretty stupid and Shane's thinking.
I think it's cool looking. I like different type of stuff. How do you like the way the troopers were looking like this?
Oh, I thought that was kind of cool. I was kind of like, yeah, what is it? Maybe like a 10, 11 years or so past or whatever. What I thought was interesting is that red tape. So you got this red tape that's kind of like on all of them. You see it over on his pauldron here, but all of them have some kind of armor being held together with this red tape. And at the very end of the last episode, Thrawn looks at the witches and goes, something I'll paraphrase, but we're gonna need some more red tape or whatever. So I was like, what's going on with that? So I have a feeling that all these soldiers could very much end up with the green mist or something like that. Maybe they're not real guys or anything in it, so we'll see.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Anytime you're dealing with the Night Sisters, you're usually dealing with some type of undead or whatnot, if you go back and remember from the Clone Wars series.
And you see how Thrawn let Sabine go, right? And the guys were kind of like, they weren't surprised, but they were like, hey, so you're letting her go, and what are we doing? And his whole thought process was like, yeah, we're going to follow her because she's going to lead us to Ezra, and then we'll just kill them all, basically. So his thinking and his tactfulness is starting to show a little bit, and I like the way it's developing. I think he looks badass too. How do you think the way they made him look? What do you think about that?
I think they did a just fine job. I'm glad they were actually able to use the voice actor for it. So we didn't have to have too much of a disembark from that part of it. But, I see Anthony, the blue Elon Musk. I mean, yeah, once you see that, you can't unsee it. But, whatever. We'll see. Again, this series, it's still that TV show kind of feel to it. I would love for something like this to have more of a movie polish to it, and to really see what comes from it. So hopefully this isn't the end for Thrawn. Hopefully, they're going to obviously milk him for all he's worth here because it's Disney. But I'd love to see this kind of come into the movies and really see his character get played out. Yeah,
I just like the whole introduction of him. I thought it was awesome. I just thought it was really cool. Anthony Kennedy said the blue Elon Musk.
Yep. Like I said, once you see it, you can't unsee it.
Yeah. I didn't even think about that. But yeah, let's see.
We got a lot of people thinking that they're undead too. So
you think so?
Yeah, a lot of guys are tying it back into the Night Sisters out here. Yeah, they're zombie troopers. I tell you, if you haven't read, there's one book, part of the expanded universe, that goes into the whole zombie trooper story. It's got Han Solo and Chewie in it. It's a lot of fun. It's a great read.
Yeah.
Quick read.
Well, hopefully they do something with this guy. I want to see him become somebody badass. But
yeah.
All right. Well, that's that. So a little bit of a pickup action here. You got this this Yoda.
I do.
Tell us about this Yoda, man. This thing looks awesome.
Yeah, this is a 1-to-1, so exact replica, height, everything like that. It's going to be from Empire Strikes Back, so really excited about it. I've been working with the guy on this one for a good over almost 2 years now. Some of you might have seen him on some of the chats and stuff like that. His name's Philip Robinson. You can find him. He's still taking orders for stuff like this. Something like this runs about 1,500 pounds. So I think that converts over to around about $1,800 US or something. So for the price and the quality and all that, I mean, it's you're not gonna find anything better out there.
It looks like it's out of the movie.
Yeah, he does a phenomenal job. I've seen this one in person. Mike Costa got one as well, Dr. Mike there. But I've got a buddy here in Dallas who commissioned him to do one, and it's going to be a great piece. So once again, going back to kind of my 1-to-1 stuff that I've been adding to my collection, this will be a nice piece. So as soon as I get it, I'll do some photos. I'll do a quick review of it. We'll talk about it a little later, but it should be shipping next week.
I'm just thinking, like, how do you do this any better?
I don't think you can, to be honest.
It looks, I mean, it's like he nailed it. Even with the hair and everything, I guess those are like glass eyes. Are those glass eyes?
Yeah, and that's what actually delayed it. He usually turns these things 6 to 8 months, but when I did the order, he was actually working with a new company on those eyes in particular. And it took a while to produce them and get them right. So, but I think it came out great. So again, lighting, all that could have a little effect. We'll see when I have it in hand. But like I said, I've seen photos of Dr. Mike's, and then I have a friend here in Dallas who's got one that I was like, I've not seen a Yoda. So you're right. If you need a Yoda in your collection, and you're willing to do a Prime 1 statue,
yeah, this is the best one I've ever seen, in my opinion. Now, did he sculpt everything underneath the clothes, or how did he do that?
I mean, I do know he's posable. So I do know you can put him in some different poses and things like that. I would doubt he fully sculpted like the arms and stuff underneath the clothing.
Okay.
So I'm sure it's some type of wiring and things like that you can kind of move around. Maybe it's foam surrounding the wiring or whatnot. But I'll be able to dig into that, and of course I'll show you guys how to do this. But the fact that you can pose it however you want to is great.
Yeah. Congrats, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Looking forward to it.
So this is actually I've been looking at this ship for a while, and I was talking to KFett about this, so you guys know. And he's got 2 of them. He had this one on pre-order with NYC, and then he's also got another. You said you got another one, right?
Yeah. So I did one myself. I got hold of a nice end model one, which is a great replication. It's probably almost identical to this in every spec. But I already have it in my collection. I built it. I painted it. I was happy. I was just kind of looking at it and go. It was one of those. I think we talked about it in our channel before. Is that whole FOMO? I saw it coming up, and I go, I'm just gonna pre-order it. I'll figure out what to do with it later. And now that it's later, I'm like, I don't really have anywhere to put it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna actually get this off of Kevin. Kevin kind of gave me first dibs on it, and I greatly appreciate that. So he knows I'm in my ship fever right now, and I'm going to try to get the X-Wing. That's probably going to go up for pre-order, I think, next month.
Yep.
I got the TIE Interceptor already on pre-order, and I'm going to get this one from KFett. So can't wait to put these things on. I don't know how I'm going to display them. I'm thinking maybe putting them on like podiums, but I don't know. I don't know how they would look good. I don't want to just like line them all up next to each other. I kind of want to just spread them out a little bit.
I'd warn you not to line them all up because based on the posts and stuff like that, some go a little bit higher than others, and it does look a little weird. So I think if you do some kind of different little podiums. And have a shelf and kind of have one higher than the other.
Oh, that's a good idea too.
I think it would look nice kind of tiered like that.
Yeah. This thing looks great, man. I like the detail and the paint.
Yep. Yeah, Michael and his team they did great work.
Do they ship out of the U.S. or are they out of?
No, it's he's got a place in China.
Overseas, okay.
Yeah, I believe it's China. I could be wrong on that, but it is overseas.
I got to change all my pre-orders. My Ripley I just got notification from my Ripley. She is getting ready to ship, so I'll be moving in a couple weeks. Probably within 3 weeks or so. So I'm sending it to my buddy's house. I'm gonna have to change all my pre-order shipping addresses to up north. I got to remember to do that. But anyway, yeah, that's what we'll probably do with this. I think this is supposed to ship sometime this month, right?
It's got to be coming up here pretty quick. I haven't got a notice yet from NYC, but I think it's coming. It'll be here soon. So definitely before the end of the year. So as we're going into Q4 here, it'll be hitting soon.
And these ships are supposed to look like kind of beat up and because they're Rebel ships.
Oh yeah, that's the best part of Star Wars. I'm going to tell you, as someone who paints these things, I love that part of it. I'm like, oh man, I just screwed that up. Oh, never mind. That's weathered. Awesome.
The mistakes make it look better.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool, man. I love the little gun turn on there. Yeah. But Mike was on our show last weekend, and he made a good point. Like, you can't beat the price for these things compared to like the real models that they use, or they call them studio models. The studio models are like thousands of dollars. So.
Oh yeah. When you go and see what was that X-Wing that was going for 400,000 or whatnot because of the price. This is the best.
Yeah.
What we got here, man? Holy crap!
So this is Ahab Predator, one of the best Predators out there. This is a quarter scale piece. My man Slifer got it in his collection. Awesome looking collection, like usual. We always say that.
Of course.
And he just got this Ahab Predator. It took a long time to make, from what I understand. So for those of you that don't know much about Ahab Predator was an elder predator at one point, which was one of the highest. Like it just means you're like one of the well-seasoned predators and been through a lot of different battles and killed a lot of different things and went on a lot of different hunts. Anyway, the Ahab Predator has got, I think there's a couple different comic books out there on the storyline about him. You got two different portraits. So you got this helmeted portrait, which I really like. I just think it looks like really gruesome, right?
Right, yeah.
And then he's got this other portrait. I'll show you in another picture too. But the Ahab's actually missing his eye. And this was from, I believe, I might get the story wrong, but when he went on a hunt to hunt some like alien and it stabbed him in the eye and he lost his eye and he ended up like going back and killing that alien. And then he goes on a whole expedition looking for the engineers and their weapons. So, and this one actually comes with an engineer weapon, I believe, that you can put on his back. So it's got this gigantic centipede looking alien and it's cut out. So I think this is just badass. And I wanted to show it. Slifer's a good guy in the community and he shared it on our Facebook page. And I wanted to show everybody, but really, really cool.
Is that a quarter scale, or that looks like about a third, isn't it?
It's a quarter scale.
Really? Okay, so manageable. It definitely doesn't take a lot of real estate, but that's a huge face still. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. This will probably pair up pretty cool with your big game cover art. They're both. I think Slifer was saying they're both a little overscaled. I know they're a little overscaled. That's probably one of the cons, but it's still badass. You know.
We got a question that just popped up in the channel.
Yeah, go ahead.
Jonas is asking, fellas, how long have you had to wait for a statue after it said it was shipped? I think the answer to that basically depends on, are you having it be shipped on boat over, or, you're flying? Sometimes when I, knock off $100, $200 off my shipping and, have it sent by ship over seas and stuff, it can take, 30, sometimes 40 days to get to you. So it is a little bit of a wait process to save a little bit of money, but from an economic standpoint, I prefer to go with it, and it ends up becoming a quick surprise when it shows up. But usually if you pay for anything, Jonas, that's like, that it's going to be flown over or something like that, a week, maybe 2 weeks tops, if most avoided.
I guess it would depend on like who you ordered it from, where it's coming from, and what kind of shipping you designated that you wanted them to use. You know what I mean? So if it's coming from Prime One, Prime One, they got like the 3 weeks or whatever for expedited shipping, and then it could take up to 3 months for if it's on a boat. But I've seen them come really early sometimes too. So it just depends. Me, for the channel, I'm always paying for like the expedited shipping because I want it right away and I want to show you guys and put the review out right away. So I usually pay a little bit more money for the shipping, but yeah, it just kind of depends.
It looks like it's got a little fall up here. XM was to ship in Q2, but now they say should be end of this year. So if you're asking if you haven't officially got a shipping notice, any of these statue companies, I never buy into whenever their quote unquote delivery dates are going to happen and all that. That's stuff that's pushed back all the time, whether it's holidays going on in China or labor disputes or things like that. So never get your heart set on anything like that. I've seen stuff pushed out for a year, maybe 2 years even.
For a long time. Prime One pushes stuff back all the time. XM does it sometimes. I don't get a lot of XM pieces, but it can be a long time. Where did you order it from, Jonas? Did you order it from Spec? I'm just curious. But anyway, that's a Ahab Predator, badass Slifer. Shout out to my man Slifer.
No kidding, that's a great piece, man. And of course, your lighting in the back just is gorgeous.
God, I know, man. That lighting is killer.
When I grow up, I want to be Slifer. I really do.
All right, so this is another one of the collectors in the group. We got Ledge. Check out the Spawn comic, same as the Spider-Man pose.
Yeah, Spider-Man 1 by McFarlane. I love that cover. So
a lot of different variations of that cover.
There have been, yeah.
Some of those variations go for like big money. Big money. Yeah. But I think this looks really cool. I like to see different things. You get some people that are like, I don't want to mix this character with this character, or that's sacrilegious. I don't like that. I think it's cool. I like to look at different things sometimes.
I like Ledge has been collecting a couple of these comics and stuff. I always love, the comics that have been graded. They're all sealed up and stuff. I love when collectors put those next to their statue. I think that's a nice little piece. It's all black, or puts the drawing or print or something like that behind it. So
that's such a good point. I've always wanted to do that. Maybe I'll start doing that with certain pieces.
Right?
Yeah, that'd be cool. You get like a little stand and you put it next to your like quarter scale or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he also got this one, which is, we were talking that Shane's got that Doomsday coming, that custom Doomsday.
Yeah.
So
a great comic to have right next to it. So, man, I remember how big that news was. You had Doomsday, and then you had the leading up to the death of Superman. That was like breaking news and stuff like. You're watching like the main network stations. I don't even know if Fox was around at the time, but like your CNN or your NBCs and things like that, and they were all covering the death of Superman back in the day.
Yeah. Jonas got it from Spec. Yeah. So Jonas, did you try reaching out to Todd and see if he can give you an update on what's going on, or if he knows what's going on? But yeah, sometimes statues take forever, man. And I know, like, I wish we're actually going to talk about that a little bit more in the show. So I'll kind of leave that discussion for later. But yeah, I would reach out to Todd. All right. How big is this?
Oh, hey, wow, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, wow.
It's that big. We were talking about this last week.
How tiny is she? Let's start there, because that looks like a really tiny lady to begin with.
I don't even know if that's a lady. It looks like a little
kid. Well, a girl. But
yeah. It looks like a.
I love the hands.
Yeah. So I don't like Power Rangers like that. I know Dr. Mike is big into Power Rangers. I know a lot of people are big into Power Rangers. I never really got into them like that, but this is cool, Life-size bus of the Green Ranger.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm with you. When the Power Rangers kind of came out, I was like in high school at that point, so I just kind of looked back and I just kind of like, yeah, they're not Voltron. Screw those guys.
Yeah. Yeah, that was cool. I think this is by what studio? Way Studios. Way Studios is making this. Do we got a lot of Power Ranger collectors or Power Ranger fans? Let me know in the chat.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I know like Dr. Mike's really big, and then of course with the actor passing, who played the Green Ranger, this would be a nice piece if you've actually got the real estate for it.
Yeah,
and you're a huge Power Rangers fan. So
I was too busy watching Knight Rider, Airwolf, A-Team.
Heck yeah,
Baywatch. I used to watch the shit out of Baywatch.
What was that, Adam?
I love those were the shows I was watching as a kid.
Yeah, you're all about the Hoff.
Yeah, man, he was badass. Anyway, don't know much about this. I guess this is when they're all put together, is it Zordon?
It's a Zord, I think. Yeah.
Zord?
Zord. I mean, there's all kinds of different variations throughout the series of it.
Yeah. So.
And I've seen a couple variations of that thing, of it, so far, and I haven't seen one that I'm like, wow, that's really, really cool. But
yeah. Actually, I forgot to go over our topics.
Megazord. Thank you, Kennedy.
Megazord. Yes, that's what it is. Thank you, Anthony. I'm going to pause this for a second, and we'll go back to the pictures. I almost forgot to cover our topics. Let's go back to our topics, and we'll look at some more pictures. I like to mix it up a little bit here. I want to talk about customs for a second, okay? We were talking about this in our private group with Kevin and Shane and a couple other guys, but how do you feel about customs? Do you feel that they take way too long, and do they give you updates on a regular basis? How do you guys feel about that? I'll start with Kevin, and I'll let the guys answer that in the chat. How do you feel about customs, and do you feel like customs take like way too long to get to you, Kev? I know you've ordered customs in the past and stuff like that. What do you think about this topic?
Yeah, I got quite a few customs right now on order, and that I have ordered in the past. And I think when you start going down the customs path, patience is first and foremost. You can't be one of those who, you need an update all the time, because those customs, those guys are doing it, their heads are down. They're not going to get back to you. They really don't owe you much of anything. This isn't like Sideshow Collectibles or Prime One or something like that. And my only frustration is you really don't get a lot of an update. They ask for some of that deposit up front, and then they just go quiet for so long, and out of nowhere, all of a sudden they'll pop up and be like, okay, it's ready to go, guys. Pay up all your, and you're like, okay, well, hopefully I'm in a good spot. Hopefully, you know, I don't have like 8 or 9 other things that hit at the same time. And yeah, sure, we can do it. But you can definitely get some really good pieces. But customs, you know, a little bit of a dice roll too, because you can get some stuff that looks really like crap. So it's hard. But if you want some unique pieces to your collection, if you're looking for unique characters that, let's be honest, you know, the big licensed guys aren't going to produce. You have to go that route. But going that route, you're going to spend a couple of years waiting for a piece to get done.
Why do you think it takes so long, though? Like, you know, if statue companies can do it in a year, sometimes in 10 months, you see a lot of them do it less than that, depending. Why do you think customs take so long? Because they don't have to wait for any like approvals. They don't have to wait for licenses or anything. Why does it take so long? I don't know.
I think you're talking quantity and resources and stuff like that. So, you know, these people have got the license, you know, whether it's Sideshow Prime, One, whatever. That's a big contract that comes to that company. They're cranking it out. That's some serious money. But when you're doing these custom ones, you're talking like a run of 40, 50 pieces, whatnot. You know, there's probably not a lot to be made out of that kind of project. So I bet it gets shelved or pushed back for higher pieces and things like that. So I would expect, it's a small run, so it's going to be treated as such.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, and maybe they don't have as much money as some of these big statue companies, and they're waiting for people to put their deposits down to actually create it. And they got to order supplies and get all the costs down to try to make it. So, you know, what about updates? What about them giving you updates? Because let me tell you, sometimes I order a custom. I got a couple customs on order right now. Sometimes I forget about them.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so long. Yeah. Like a custom Knoll piece that I got from the Absolute Carnage line. I got a custom Knoll that I think it's been in the works for maybe 2 years, 2.5 years, maybe.
Yeah.
It's been a minute. And it's still not done. So it'll probably take about 3 years to make. But by the time you get it, it's like, you know, does your direction change? Do you feel like you might be collecting something different? Because sometimes we change direction. So, and I think that can hurt. I think that can hurt them sometimes. I get it. I don't know all the ins and outs, but if they can work on the logistics of trying to get it done quicker, at least to the scale of how the licensed statue companies do it, and they can get it out a little quicker, I think they would make more money probably, you know, and giving periodic updates. But I find a lot of times with my customs, I got to ask about my updates, or like, where are we at in the process? Are you guys like in the painting stage yet, or where are we at? So let's see what the guys have to say in the chat. Mitch says, personally, I've never been interested in customs.
Yep.
Okay. Ed, honestly, I love a lot of customs, but what I do is if I love a custom piece, I wait until a collector grows tired of it and then grab it. I never pre-order them. You know, that's hard sometimes too, because some customs go for big money. You know what I mean?
There was a custom Mary Jane a little while back. I won't throw the name of the company out there, but that piece came out, and you know, a number of collectors got hold of it, and you have no chance of getting it. I mean, it came out that well. So again, you're rolling the dice a little bit as well. Yeah, I think there's a lot of custom pieces that, I think Ed, you got the right strategy there. You're probably going to get even a little bit of a discounted rate when they try to part with those things. But there's a couple, and I still kicking myself for missing that Mary Jane one, because I'll never find it, and if I do, I'm going to pay $4,000 or $5,000 for it if I won't.
Yeah. Ledge, you know, this is proving my point right here. What Ledge says, I will pre-order a custom only if I know it will be ready in the following year, you know?
Yeah, that's NYC is very good about doing stuff like that. They've got a nice system going, but I don't know too many who can really fall into that timeline, Ledge. So it's challenging.
So how long does NYC usually take on a regular basis? Because I've ordered from them, obviously, but I haven't received a piece yet.
I think they're within the year. They're pretty good. I mean, Michael does a pretty good job of always putting out a calendar when pre-orders are coming up and when things are being delivered, and it seems to hit pretty accurately.
Yeah. Anthony says, I love customs. I don't mind waiting, but there have been a few I have been on top of, especially when I see others get theirs before me. Yeah.
Yeah, it always sucks when people start getting theirs and you're like, man, I haven't got a notice yet. Where's mine?
They are waiting in line for factories to have them made. There are only so many factories that make these. That's a good point too. I didn't think about that.
Yep.
Noshi, there's a limited amount of factories that do statues. Yeah. Okay. The painting is usually done by very few people. In one case, I got a custom being worked on by one painter. Wow. Wow. What was the ES on that, I wonder? Hopefully it was under 20. It's going to take a long time. John Connor, statue companies are a team of people, though. Plus, some of these customizers have regular jobs, so they customize in their spare time. Okay. See, this is why we talk about it. This opens my mind up to other things. But, you know, when you take on these projects, there is the sense of responsibility that you have an obligation to fulfill to customers. You took on the project. Try to get it done a little quicker. You know, you got to try to figure that stuff out before you start taking on commission job or, you know, unlicensed jobs or whatever, any kind of job. But that's just me. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a little hard on them.
No.
Huh?
Hey, when they want their money, they come screaming. So, you know,
they come screaming, you know, and when I pay for something, I come screaming, you know, so I think it goes both ways. I get that there's factories like you guys are all making very, very valid points, but you do have an obligation, especially if you're taking people's money and you're delivering 3 years later. In some cases, that's a long time, man. It's a long time. I got a custom Darth crate I just paid for. Nice. I think that's the one that Shane might have. Is that the one? Or he's got on pre-order?
I think, the one Shane's got on pre-order might be the only one out there right now.
Yeah. I got a custom on the way now because the producer is from the Ukraine and the war has had him delayed. Okay, that's different. Yeah, like you got a fucking war going on here.
Bastard. Why doesn't he get his shit?
I still want it. That's a little different. So anyway, I just wanted to see what you guys thought about that. We'll keep it moving here. Let's see what else we got. So would you consider a slightly damaged or missing, non-displayable parts on a highly sought after piece to obtain it cheaper? Okay. Now this is a question that Fett came up with. So break this down for us, Fett. What are you kind of thinking with this question?
So as a lot of you guys know, I'm trying to start hunting down all the XM Transformers at the moment. And there's a couple of you see that come by, and these Transformer things are, you know, if you're lucky on a good day, you'll find something for, you know, 1,800 as the low end, and they go as high as 5,000-6,000. So, but starting to see here and there, oh, well, you know, there's a chip on this hand or something like that, and it drops the price down a little bit, and then I look at it and I go, oh, well, that's not a hand that I'm actually going to display with the statue, or, you know, it's missing this piece or something like that. Again, it doesn't affect what I'm going to use to display it with. So I've been debating a little bit, kind of going, well, I do know it hurts the value of it, but on the flip side, I really want the piece of my collection. So that's kind of how you propose the question out there is, you know, how do you guys feel about this? Is this something that you're like, you know what, I've got to pull the trigger because I really don't want to take a bath at some of these prices, but I'd love to have that piece represented in my collection. Yeah.
You know, for me, it's like, I'm very picky about kind of stuff like that. I don't like anything broken, even if it's like pieces that I'm not displaying. But if it's something that I really like, and I'm not, like you said, not going to display the piece that's broken, then that's a little different. I don't know. How do you guys feel about it in the chat? Would you buy something that is damaged or has a missing part? What if it was something that is part of the statue? Like, well, they're all part of the statue, but like something that is not a switch out, you know?
Yeah, that the person goes, hey, I fixed it, but, you know, and you can barely tell or something like that. Is that, to me too, and you know, you can even propose a question. It doesn't have to be something you're buying. What if you have your, you know, this great piece in your collection, and we've all done this where you've been moving it or something like that, and you dink it, a little piece chips off or something like that, and you're like, son of a gun, then you go back, you glue it, and it looks pretty good, but has it lost a little bit of that shine in your eye now that you know it's got that chip for that missing little piece?
It does to me.
Oh man,
It does to me. That bothers me. That bothers me. Even if nobody else knows it's there, it still bothers me a little bit that I know it's broken or cracked or something. But I don't know. Let's see what these guys are saying. John Connor, if the damage isn't on the portrait or missing an essential part, then sure. Okay.
I'm with John.
Yeah. Ledge, yeah, I would buy one as long as when displayed, I can't really notice, or if it's a piece I'm not using. Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat with that, but it's.
I still respect the sellers, by the way. When you sell and you've chipped something or whatnot, make sure you tell people. Don't try to go, okay, I've patched it up, and have some integrity.
Have you ever bought a statue that no one told you, or that they didn't tell you that it was broken or chipped or cracked?
I've had that happen, and as a collector, I know there's some people who get really up in arms on that, but back to kind of Ledge's point, I was like, when I looked at it, and I go, okay, this has got a crack here, but when I step back from it, I can't really see it. I go, I'm not going to make a big fuss. I really wanted this piece.
Yeah.
Sucks. I'm a little bummed about it, but I got other things in my life that are more important to get upset about.
Or if they ever sent you something where it's not like, oh man, like not like how they acted, oh man, it broke in shipping or something, but like you can visibly see the glue that's like glued back together, and then they don't tell you anything. That would be a little bit more shitty in my opinion, but
I agree. Don't do that, guys.
Yeah, don't do that. That's crappy. Let's see. If it's a local pickup and a crackhead price, it don't matter. If not completely just not broken. Has to be perfect and complete if having it shipped to me. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's
okay.
But man, those crackhead prices are hard to pass up. You can take a crack or two for a crackhead price.
I've been getting some crackhead people asking me for crackhead prices. I'm like, man, you got the wrong guy.
We've all been hit up. I know poor Shane's getting hit up a few times. I've been selling some stuff. You get those people who reach out. You have all these different conversations, and then they ghost you. Or
that's more annoying than anything else. It's like you ask about a statue, right? Hey man, what's you ask generic questions about the statue, right? Like, and hey, I'm really interested. I want to buy it. Answer these questions for me. And then you answer the questions, and then it's like this.
Yeah, exactly. You send me more photos and stuff like that, blah, blah, and you do, and then
nothing. It's like, bro, you still want it or what? Like,
yeah, I'm moving on here.
I just don't understand. I just like transparency, just hit me right between the eyes. Let's keep it moving. But anyway, those are the questions we'll go over for today. We're going to head back to the pictures. What did John Connor say?
I assume that museums receive broken artifacts too and repair them, so I think it's less of an issue if you can do repairs yourself. Yeah, you see some rare thing that's thousands of years old and it's got a chip on it. Someone's using Elmer glue there in the Smithsonian or something. They won't see it, Jim. We're good.
All right.
Weathered, I tell you.
Yeah. Let's head back to the pictures real quick. So you got this Gypsy Danger that people are posting, and I want to start giving the credit to the guys who actually take these pictures, and I always forget to get the guys' names. But anyway, this isn't a collector's. A collector has this in hand, I believe. But I got a thing for like robots. I think robots are really, really cool, and I think this looks amazing.
Oh yeah, I mean Pacific Rim. That's one of my guilty pleasures for one reason or another. I just like watching that and the Jaegers and things like that. It's just you can't go wrong when you have giant robots and monsters battling. So I just
look at the head. He's like stepping on the head.
Oh yeah,
it's cool. It actually looks quite large.
Yeah, I think this one is the prime one, by the way. So it'll be significantly large.
Talking about large, look at the size of this thing. So actually, it's not that tall, but it's really wide. I think I was talking to Mike about it the other day, and I think it's 29 inches tall, but it looks super, super wide. I'm not sure how wide it is. Now, the good news is that you can take these arms off, and just display the torso if you want.
Cool.
So I think that's cool.
This reminds me of like a XM, the bust of Megatron and Optimus too. Those things are just massive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, but how big is too big? You know, can you have something this like crazy big in your house?
Well, you go over to Dr. Mike's place. They got that motto: "Go big or go home." So I have to just go home because if I get too big, my wife it's not coming home.
Yeah. I mean, my wife is really, really nice about stuff. Like, she's really cool about me collecting, but like, there comes a point where it's like, golly, these things are getting massive.
You know, if I had like Arts Pad or something like that, where it's really designed to be like showing things off at a museum level and it has some good space to it and it doesn't feel cluttered, then yeah, something like this is a statement piece. It'd be awesome.
Yeah, seriously. I saw this. So the helmet opens up, or not the helmet, but like, I guess the cockpit opens up and you got the two Jaeger pilots in there.
Of course. That's it.
This is so cool, man.
I wonder what something like this retails for. Again, like I said, that Optimus and Megatron bus, I thought those were somewhere between 3,000, maybe 4,000. I might be shooting a little high on that. But I'd expect this probably in that same caliber, if not more.
I would display it with the visor up like this.
Oh, yeah. Just show whatever details possible. Heck yeah.
Yeah. This looks great. And even like the things that they step on to move the Jaeger.
Yep.
I love it.
There's no expense on the details. It's I love that.
Yeah. So this was another collector got Sauron. This thing is huge, man.
Look at this is something right now. I love it because this is in like a room that most of us would probably have, you know, with the cheap blinds and all that you just know your animal or cat's gonna bend up to hell or something like that.
This thing is crazy huge, man. Like, just so you can get an idea. Let me see. Look at that.
Right?
Golly. So is that an actual life size if he was real?
Yeah, that's a 1-to-1. I mean, that's Sauron right there. That's if you watch the movie and stuff, you see how he kind of scale. You know, he's basically standing over everyone else, the elves and all that. So that's pretty accurate.
Again, I'm sorry I didn't catch the collector's name who did it. I'm going to start trying to try to capture their names when I show their stuff to give them credit for it. But look at the size. Look at the size of this thing.
This would be a guy I'd be friends with. I see we get along right away. But I mean, man,
would your wife let you have this in the house?
There's absolutely no way. No way. There is no way this is going to enter the house at all.
This is crazy. This is crazy, man.
The detail and something of that size. I mean, that is. If you're a Lord of the Rings fan, holy crap! You got the space. This is it, man. Right here. You're not messing around. You're going big.
Yeah, he's got it in like his gym or something.
Yeah, exactly. Inspire as you work out.
Yeah. As Sauron stares at you and says, "Run faster."
Yeah, Sauron's judging your, leg press.
Anyway, what John Connor say? That Sauron is what you do when you close your eyes. Click buy, yeah, and let the future self figure out where to put it. Jeez.
God, John, I've been in that spot so many times. I'm just like, oh, that's future Kevin's problem.
Yeah, Mitch, I'm kind of with you on that. Like, I know the Dark Lord was huge, but this is still it's overkill. Yeah, I think I kind of look at that too. Unless I was just like stupid rich and I had a gigantic house, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Did we just become best friends?
Yep.
So anyway, so they finally showed Elvira.
Yeah.
And I think she looks amazing. You know, I don't know if it looks exactly like her. I wouldn't say it looks exactly like her, but I know exactly who this is when I look at it, you know? What do you think?
I'm still having a hard time getting to the portrait, but I guess once I get up there, she looks good.
Like this portrait, I'm not digging.
the open smile look, it's a little too teethy for me.
Looks a little weird to me.
Dr. Mike can do something about that, but I like a little bit more of the closed mouth. But it's, you know, decent expression. It's not your prime one dead face or something like that. So it's
yeah.
I think Tweeterhead did a good job on this one. I think kind of
yeah.
fans are gonna like adding Elvira to the collection.
Yeah. Yeah, you got like her makeup and the color of her skin, I think, is spot on. I think it's great. I think they killed that. But just this expression is okay. I really like this expression more.
That's the one I would pose it with.
Yeah. This is like fantastic looking, man. She looks great. And this is, like I said, I was saying it on, I forget whose show I was on, but it is iconic. This is an iconic pose for her, you know?
Mm-hmm. It's that, or she's usually laid across a couch or something like that. I remember.
Yeah.
She did like the beer commercials. Maybe it was like Budweiser or something like that.
I think they nailed her skin color. What did Mitch say? I like the
portrait on the right better than the left. He's in agreement with ours. Yeah, I think again, looking at this portrait right here, her mouth is just a little too open. It's just a little weird. It looks a little horsey, if you will, kind of that horse face.
Is that the same? Is that the same one? It doesn't look that bad straight on, I guess.
Straight on, yeah, good point. Or straight on and down a little bit might be a little bit better of an angle. So if you're displaying this on a lower shelf, it might not be so bad looking at it like that, like she's looking up.
Half of us would probably be staring at this anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I never get up to the portrait, so that's why I'm like, no, whatever.
We're like, oh yeah, the face, yeah, right.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, the detail on this little knife looks cool.
Little dagger, yeah.
Is this all sculpted?
Yeah, exactly, and it's gorgeous too. So yeah, that's all sculpted. It's not gonna be like a cloth.
Yeah, if I got to ask myself that question, that's a good job on that, you know?
And they got these little creases and stuff, even around her dress area. That's good. Tweeterhead, I mean, they're producing some good stuff, and I think I even saw some production pics of Trapjaw, like on the assembly line. So that thing's about to come out. So I can't wait to see some people getting that one in their collection.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Here it goes with like more of natural lighting, I guess. Yeah. Real good job. I don't collect this kind of stuff, but whoever does, I think is going to be very happy.
Don't collect it, but I can appreciate it.
Yep. All right, so I saw this kind of floating around. We talked about it. They made like a Darth Maul head. I forget the name of this place. I think it's called Dark Cloud. It could be Dark Cloud. I can't remember. I got the name in here. We'll look it up in a second. But this guy, if you don't know, he makes these heads with his signature thing is like these skeletons, half skeletons underneath. And then he basically molds the polystone or whatever it is on the top of it. So he's got the skull underneath, and then he makes whatever he's going to make on top of it, and he shows half the skull, which I think is really interesting and very artsy. And I can appreciate it. And he's got a whole bunch of different ones. Well, this was a lot different. This is like a snail with a skull on the back. I think this looks cool too. It's like kind of random, but it's cool.
Yep.
Snail skull. There's another one. It's got like this melted, what's this called? The Final Descent. Black chrome. This I really like. And all of these are sold out. They sold out super quick. He only makes, I think, quantities of anywhere between 30 to 50.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And yeah, he advertises and everything on Facebook, and you can see these things. But I'll let you know the name in a second. But this is, like, if this was still available, I would buy it. I would buy this. What do you think about this?
Oh, I like it. I like the whole weathered part of the Stormtrooper helmet, all deteriorated and stuff. That's cool.
Yeah.
It's a neat little piece. Again, he's got like this horror element for all this stuff. It'd be kind of fun to have around the collection here with the Halloween. Just flipping the extra, but it can stay up all year round.
Yeah. I really like what he's doing. It's a lot different.
I know.
And like I said, yeah. Bubblegum Boo. Hey, this is neat.
Yeah. These little cutaways.
This was another cool one. Darth Maul skull. I like that one a lot too.
Yeah, what's not to like on that? And there's another of the cutaways.
This is the first one I saw. I think Dr. Mike shared it, and I was like, oh man, this is badass. I wanted to go buy it, and it was sold out. So yeah, I think he sells out pretty quick.
Yeah.
Love these, man. Love these. Here's a Venom one. The paint is so well done. That looks like a real skull.
Yeah.
Would you ever buy something like this, you think? Not like this one, but like this style of what he's doing?
I think the Stormtrooper helmet's about where I would probably draw the line. You know, something gets too close into the horror stuff, as much as I appreciate the genre and I love all kind of horror films, it's not something I collect.
Here goes the guy from God of War.
Oh, yeah. Played plenty of those games.
Kratos.
Yep.
And
Melted Vader helmet.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Love this stuff. And he's got, oh, here it is, Jack of the Dust. That's the name of, if you guys want to check him out. This is his next.
Diablo. Here we
This
go.
is the next one he's making that you can actually mount on the wall. This is cool. I don't know if I would have a big demon head in my house, though.
Yeah, my wife would look at me a little side eye on that one too.
Looks like it would go in like a weird room that you got at the house, some like evil room.
Yeah, but if you're a big Diablo fan, I can see that putting them, mounted on the wall above your monitor. While
Yeah,
you're
like if you had a gaming area.
Yeah, exactly. That
would work for sure. Yeah. So PCS put out a teaser. I don't think they showed the whole thing yet, right?
Not yet. Nope. This is just a teaser.
This looks so good to me. I know it's got all the extra, they got like all the, I would like to see it in regular lighting, but this looks, what I'm seeing so far looks really nice. Really, really nice. You can kind of see him with the leather face mask and sewed together right there. But I love the Texas Chainsaw Massacre with Jessica Biel.
Yeah.
That was such a good one.
That was okay. So 2013 wasn't Biel. That was the 3D one where it took the story past.
Yeah.
Jessica Biel did like 2011 or so. She's so hot.
It was like the modern aged one, but like the older one, if that makes sense. Because they had other ones after the Jessica Biel one.
Exactly.
And they weren't as good, but I still watched them. They were nice to it was fun just to watch at the house with my wife and to kill some time. But the one with Jessica Biel, I think, was the best one. He was such a cool character for horror.
I will tell everyone that we had a little side chat going on. As you guys know, I'm down in the Dallas area, but a buddy of mine, the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the gas station that they stop off to get the directions and stuff, that gas station still exists, and they've turned that thing actually into a barbecue place. So my buddy's actually gone there, got the barbecue and stuff, but I don't know if I could eat there. I'd be probably questioning the meat a little bit, but after seeing all these films and things. But if you're in the Texas area and you want to go by and get some barbecue, you can go by the gas station.
Yeah, the butcher's there waiting for you.
Yeah, he's right there. He's probably got some fresh meat ready to go.
I see, because I'll be honest, I didn't really like the other ones that PCS did. I thought it looked okay. I thought they were okay looking, but I really like this version. If this is the version from like the movie I'm talking about,
yep,
which I think it is, yeah, I like this version a lot better. There's a lot of horror collectors too.
Oh man, there's tons of them, and there's a lot of good stuff out there too for them.
Yeah. All right, talking about big statues again. Look at the size of this thing. This is,
Oh my god.
this is like, who's gonna buy this? And I'm sorry if you got this on pre-order, but like, I'm not putting this in my house, man. Even if this was like a Predator piece, or like, it's just too big.
Is this really a statue, or is this like a promo piece that's gonna
This
be
is
like
a statue, man. They're making this thing, as far as I know.
And that looks like a Brawly. So that's from one of the movies of Dragon Ball series, Z.
Look at
Good
that.
night. Yeah. I was just about to throw Mike's name out there, but
Yeah.
she beat me to it. So yeah, that's about the only person I can guess who might get this.
And look, it's got both arms, right? So it's like, it is massive.
I mean, you got the workbenches right behind it. You can see the size of this thing. It's
Where do you put this?
you got that open space with your 20-foot ceilings. Yeah, look at it.
And how much is it going to cost? Like, how much does it cost to ship?
Shipping? Yeah. How many boxes is that thing coming in? Yeah. Everyone know I got that life-size hot and carbonite, and that came in 2 really good size braided boxes. I can only imagine what this thing.
Golly. Looks cool, but just massive.
Yeah.
All right, so this is going to be coming out pretty soon. September 26th is going to go up for pre-order, I believe.
Yep.
Last of Us was such a good game. I think Prime 1 killed this statue from what we see so far. They had some updates that they were putting out. So it's going to come with a couple more weapons, I believe. It'll come with like a baseball bat. And then I think they also, like, all the stuff on the, like the wet look or the slimy look on the arms, they put throughout the statue. They updated, what's her name? I can't believe I forgot her name. Ellie,
yeah.
They updated her face, which they were listening to fans about that. So big shout out to Prime 1 for
Kudos.
listening to collectors. We rag on them sometimes with not listening to us, or, kind of still doing their own thing. They're trying to work on listening to us a little bit more. So I applaud them for that. And I think this looks a lot better. Not like way better, but like it does look good. This was the before, right?
Yep.
And then the guy in the video was like, yeah, we put a more like concerned look on her face.
I love it. Yeah, she looks like she's in a lot more turmoil, scared, fear. Great job. A little bit more color. These companies listen to some of the feedback and actually.
Yeah, you can see the color difference too. Like there's a little bit. Well, you can't. It's not showing up on StreamYard enough, but like I can see it on my computer. The color around her eyes is a little bit more reddish. Mm-hmm. Right around here, you can't see it, but I think it looks really, really good. I mean, this is like top-notch portrait work right there.
I mean, when we had Art on last, I think that was one of his answers when we asked, there's a genre you don't collect, what would you, go after? And he's mentioned video games, and I'm with them. The video game statues are getting better and better. They're starting to take some attention. Maybe we're getting a little superhero exhausted or whatnot, and yeah.
The video games ones are cool. That, and I told him that would be, he made a very valid point, because that would be something I would go into if I wasn't collecting other things.
Oh, yeah.
Look at this. The clicker.
Look at the hair. Yeah.
They added the hair, It's just like so creepy and nasty looking, but cool at the same time.
I mean, John Connor brings up a good point. With the fuzzy hair like on the clicker, gives him anxiety. How's it going to look 5 to 10 years? Does that kind of material hold up and everything? I'd hope it would. But yeah, it could start getting a little bit more flat. It could stuff fall out of the statue a little bit.
You might be able to put something on there too. It might be, if you kind of knew what you were doing, or you had somebody who knew what they were doing, they might be able to replace it.
Yeah.
A professional that knows what they're doing. But yeah, I think they did a great job. I love this piece. This looks great.
Yep.
And there goes a different swap out with the pipe there. Then he's got the axe. And then it also comes with a dagger too. I don't know if I have the dagger one, but it'll come with a dagger or knife. All right, so Queen Studios they're doing I guess this is going to be coming soon. There's going to be 2 versions of this Arnold bust, the T800. The static form, which means he's just going to be still. It's just going to be a static statue.
Yeah.
Right? And the likeness looks great so far.
Looks incredible.
Looks incredible. Looks just like him, in my opinion.
Yep.
But then they got this animatronic one. What's going to move?
Yeah, I was about to. That was going to be my question. What is moving on it? I'm looking around. That's creepy as hell. Though.
What is going to move on that? And we were talking about this on the last live with what are some kind of different features that you want to see in statues and stuff. And I didn't even know about this yet, and it was already in the works. So are statues evolving? Are they evolving into stuff like this? Do you want to see statues that move? I guess, is that still a statue? But I'm very curious to see what's going to move on this. Like his eyes, his mouth. What else would move? His eyebrows?
Oh. Mr. Kennedy here saying we saw it a few weeks ago where it moved its head a bit.
Where did you see that at? Anthony, I'm curious because I want to see that. Yeah. Did it look good? Was it smooth or did it look very robotic?
Oh no, but that's my freaking nightmare seeing that thing moving its head back and forth. To be honest. I mean, I love the Screams Terminator too. This is the Arnold that I love is the T800, but I don't know if I really need him to be moving his head back and forth, I guess. Maybe as much something light up or whatnot, it would be kind of cool. One of his eyes has that red kind of glow going on behind it. Like that'd be as simple and what I would love. But can you imagine walking into a room and all of your statues are moving?
Yeah. That'd be a little weird. That'd be a little weird for sure. Yeah. Anyway, I'm looking forward to knowing more about this.
That's gonna be a great piece for the diehard Terminator fans. That's a must in my opinion.
Well, Mr. Jiggle said, Spec Fiction YouTube channel posted a video of the head moving around. I got to check that out.
Yeah.
I got to check that out. I don't know if I'll be able to, let me see if I can look it up real quick. Give me 1 second, guys.
Yeah, is this the final thing? Does he have any kind of clothing? Does it take it down to the shoulders a little bit more? Because I agree with Mr. Kennedy once again over here, where he's kind of saying that it feels a little bit more like a Hollywood prop than a statue. So is it being mounted onto something a little bit more, or
this is weird?
Naked Arnold head.
I don't know if it's going to play. Let's see, because it never plays when I do StreamYard, but.
Oh, look at that. I don't know. It doesn't do a lot for me. If that jumps the price up a lot, I'm not feeling it. Moving the head back and forth because all the eyes are stationary. It kind of looks. So I'm just.
Is this the beginning of what we're going to see in the future with stuff like this? Hey, big shout out to Queen Studios for even trying this. I love out the box thinkers.
Right? Yeah, I'm not going to shoot it down too bad, but
I
would probably still do just the static.
Yeah. Yeah, that's that. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I would probably do the static. Okay, let's move on. So J&D put out some news. I guess they got their Justice League Wonder Woman. Was it the Justice League Wonder Woman that's coming out soon? I don't follow Wonder Woman too much, but I think there's some stuff where that project is moving along. What else did he talk about? He talked about that they're probably going into a 1/6 scale line that is still kind of pending, I think. What's that 1/6 line going to look like, though? Are they going to just be like the regular J&D stuff that they put out, but just 1/6? I don't know.
Going to be expensive.
Yeah, how much would the 1/6 cost? Will they cost $1,500 instead of, or $1,000 instead of $3,000?
I mean, you want some competition in the market because try to keep Hot Toys a little honest, not only with their pricing but their quality. But Then again, when your competitors are coming in and they're going to be a lot higher on the pricing, I don't know if I like that type of competition because Hot Toys is going to jump up their pricing.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
I'm just curious to see.
you're going to lose when it comes to cost.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm very intrigued and I'm very curious about how they're going to look and what they're going to do. Are they going to be posable figures or are they going to be just regular statues? I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, J&D was sharing some of that stuff. I saw this. I thought this was cool.
Very cool. Who produces this?
I have no idea. I just saw it and I captured
I was about to say,
it.
I got to slide my Star Wars card across the table here. I don't think I've seen this piece come out. Obviously, this is from the end of the Clone Wars here, and it's Anakin or Vader, I guess, over the Clone Trooper helmets there that were Ahsoka's guards. It's interesting that he's got the blue lightsaber. I don't know why they did that one because. That point,
yeah, I didn't even notice that. Yeah.
Oh wait, I see. It's Ahsoka's lightsaber. Okay, that makes sense. It just ignited. Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
It's not his. It's Ahsoka's. Cool piece.
Yeah.
I'd love to know who does this. Is this a custom or?
It's got to be a custom. Yeah. I think I saw it. Who shared it? I think it might have been Rad Titan that posted it up.
Yeah.
I love it. I think it looks great.
Can't get enough Vader, man. It's always a great piece.
Yeah. Oh, those are more of those heads. The
Jeez.
The heads that guy makes.
Terrifying, but awesome.
Yeah. Here's another. This was a custom like alien piece. This is a little much for me. I wouldn't get it, but I think it looks cool. I just don't want it in my collection. This guy obviously collects nothing but aliens and predators.
Hey, then it belongs right there in that collection.
Yeah.
And I love his lighting and shelving and all that. So I always, again, I like to look at how collectors display pieces. And
yeah, he put some work into this. Like this is something I would like to do like that. That's
some money right there.
Yeah, that is some serious money. Yeah. That's some serious money. This thing looks crazy. But, all right, guys, hang on a second. So what we'll do now is we're going to go into our next segment. And keep it moving here. All right, guys, we're going to go into our next segment, and this one is called the Pick of the Week. All right, Pick of the Week. Our Pick of the Week. This is Kevin's Pick of the Week, and this is where we look at something that we saw. And it could be an older piece. It could be a piece from any time, really, that you saw for the week. And you're like, man, that is the piece I love that I've seen all week. That looks awesome, right? It doesn't have to necessarily be a new piece. We're going to start with Kevin's first. Kevin's piece is actually a newer piece. His pick of the week is the new XM Spider-Man. So, Kevin, I'll let you take it away on this one.
Yeah, I liked it. I mean, I know there's a lot of different statues out there with Spider-Man, but for some reason, when I looked at this, it just resonated with me. I think there's a lot of arguments still to be made that the slideshows, premium format, where he's jumping over the beam and all that that construction beam is still probably one of the better ones. But I really dig. I like how Spider-Man looks. I like how the little warning stuff. Now, Carnage is kind of overpowering at the moment, so you're definitely gonna have to be a Carnage fan to really like this piece. But I kind of like what XM's doing here. I go, if I was a huge Spider-Man collector, this just the style and all that just resonates to me as Spider-Man from my comics.
Did you read the storyline on the Absolute?
Yeah, the Maximum Carnage and all that. Yeah, I was collecting comics back when Carnage was first introduced, so I've got all those pieces, and that's Cassidy as Carnage is a good series. Him being the serial killer and stuff like that just made him that much more lethal than Eddie Brock, who was just more bitter at Spider-Man than a serial killer.
Yeah, I like the base. It does look like it could get a little busy sometimes, but like that's Carnage, right? That Carnage is crazy like that, and I like it. This is from obviously from the story, when they're under control.
Yep. I feel like XM. I mean, they are definitely a real player in the market. They constantly. The only negative thing I have is they're hard to get hold of here in the States, but you gotta find the right vendors to get them. But overall, I go, this is awesome. It'd be great if you could just order directly through them, but. Anyway, when you can find it, but again, it's a nod. That's kind of the old Spider-Man costume and stuff like that. That vacuum like it is. So I like it.
It doesn't have like a ton of detail, right? It's more of like a smoother. That's the way it looks, right?
I prefer with my Spider-Man. I also like the bigger eyes on Spider-Man. I feel like for some reason it captured more of his expression, and I feel
like that McFarlane kind of style.
Exactly. McFarlane definitely was impressive when he came over and started doing all the Spider-Man stuff. It's a cool piece. I think it's already gone on pre-order, hasn't it?
I think so. I think it's like $1,000 or $1,100, something similar, close to that.
Yeah, it'll be a good piece in anyone's Spider-Man collection.
I think they did the eyes really well too. Like they got that blue tint to it.
Yeah, definitely has that kind of that glass feel to it. Like
you could see it in Carnage, the Carnage eyes too, like the reddish. So I really like how they did the paint there. Not really for me, but I still like it. At first I was saying I think the reds kind of clash because you got the Spider-Man red and then the Carnage red, but I kind of take that back. I don't think it clashes too much. I think it looks good. You just got Carnage and Spider-Man together, so it's going to look like that.
I like how Spider-Man, of course, being the hero and all that, he has more of a simplistic look to him, and Carnage is so elaborate. He just looks like such a menacing villain to someone who doesn't look like he would be as much of an equal, but that's maybe one of the reasons I like the Spider-Man series is that villains always seem like completely overpowering Spider-Man.
How do you like the Spidey sense?
It didn't bother me. I mean, maybe some people go, "Oh, that's got too much of a nod to the comics or whatnot," but I like it. I feel like I'm looking at a panel here in the comic book.
Because the details in the hand. All right. That's Kevin's pick.
I feel like XM is doing really well right now.
Oh, yeah. Stepping it up.
Of course.
Yeah, I think it looks good. At first I didn't really care for it, but now I'm starting to like it a little bit more. And I got that custom null this would go perfect with, because that is controlled by null,
Yeah.
So we'll see though. Look at his torso is all the way over here. Like, look at this torso. It's crazy. There goes more of the portrait up close. So my pick of the week was this. It's not really a statue, but I love Beast Wars. I used to watch the show when I was a kid. The Optimus Primal. So this is done by IES, I believe is what they're called, IES series Optimus Primal. And this is not really a statue. It's not really a statue. I think it's die cast and like some metal and some other things, but it articulates. This thing moves around, right? I talked about it a little bit last weekend, but this is definitely my pick of the week, man. I just think it's so cool because they're trying different things. They got the lights going on. It also has the breathable chest that we were talking about. And it's got like smoke that comes out. I don't really care for the smoke too much, but the smoke that comes out of its back. But the biggest thing is the breathing chest, and it can articulate. It moves. So, and like, look at this pose. This is crazy. This is cool. And I don't think it has that toy feel because it's more of like a die cast or a whatever. We'll actually look at it. They say what it's made out of. I got it at the end here, but I really like the way this looked. It doesn't look cheap, and it's not cheap. I think it runs around $2,000 because of the moving parts and everything else. I don't know if that's overpriced or not. I don't know what goes into making something this intricate.
Yeah,
because it's not a regular statue.
So Adam sent me the video, and when you're watching the video, what's really cool is the shoulders attach for a minute, so you can really pose it however you want about popping the shoulders or something like that. So they thought a lot about this piece for you to be able to capture whatever pose you think is the best representation of Optimus Primal.
Like if I told you it didn't move, you would think this is a statue.
Oh, without a doubt. I would not have considered this a toy looking at these shots.
This looks so tight to me, man. Especially if you were a fan of Beast Wars when you were a kid, you know, and I was. But like you can pose this thing however you want. I'm not really sure if this is just going to be like a proximity piece or something.
Yeah, a little plaque with the logo on it.
But yeah, this is something that you could put next to your statues. And like when you look at the joints, you can't tell. It's not like a plasticky looking thing. It's got like metal components. And it's probably really heavy. But this is more details on it. So they're making 500, it looks like. Right? Let's see what else is up here. You'll have two different versions. Rise of the Beast, IES series, 62 centimeters. What's the difference though? I'm trying to figure out the difference. I don't know. It doesn't really say what the difference is between the two. You got a standard version and then a deluxe version. Maybe they'll make, I guess they're making more of these, but this one's going to be more
looks
limited.
Like the deluxe version, does it come with a base?
Oh, it comes with a base.
There you go.
Maybe it comes with the base.
For me, then you're really getting that statue feel.
They haven't showed the base though. Maybe they showed it in the video. I can't remember if they showed it in the video. I'll have to go back and look at it. But it'll come with two head sculpts, the normal face and the roaring face. And then they show you all the articulation points, which is really interesting. You can see like the hands and the fingers individually move, shoulders and stuff like that. It tells you how far they rotate.
Oh, Adam, you got a question here, buddy.
What's that?
I'm still asking, are you in that City Hunter?
So the answer to your question, I know this is going to sound crazy. No, I am no longer getting the City Hunter. I thought long and hard about it. We were talking about it. We were talking about it a little bit before on the last show. When I think about spending the money on a City Hunter, like I got one Predator already. I spent almost $4,000 on, and then this one was even more money. This one was almost $5,000. So it's like two statues, almost $10,000. When I thought of it that way, I was like, I love it. I want it. But there is a point for me where I go, all right, I'm tapping out. Like, you know what I mean? And I've thought about it, and, you know, I lost a pretty hefty deposit, but it's like, I don't know. I thought about like getting it in and reviewing it and then just selling it, but I don't like doing stuff like that. You'll probably lose your ass if you do something like that. It's 3 massive boxes. Shipping was going to cost over $1,000. It was just way too much, you know, and I'd rather get more statues of stuff that I like. You know, I like that too, but like, I'd rather get more statues instead of just one massive statue. And I was talking about it with the guys, and I just came to the consensus. I'm going to pass on it. Now, if they come out with a wolf, if it was a wolf Predator, I probably wouldn't have canceled it. I probably wouldn't have canceled it if it was wolf, to be honest. I do like City Hunter, but I love City Hunter. Not as much as wolf. So I think I might just wait for wolf and spend my hard-earned money on wolf instead of City Hunter. But yeah, That's that. Plus, I'm getting ships and other things too. I don't have unlimited money. Some of you guys might. I don't. Anyway, yeah. So this was my pick of the week. These are the articulation points. You can see, like, I guess the head articulates, and then these are all. Well, what are these? I'm not sure about these caps and like his arm pieces. I don't know what they do, but I know the chest moves. Like all this, like when he breathes, it moves. And if you want to see the video, you can see it on the Facebook page. So, and here goes the smoke. This looks cool. Like, okay, so if you pose it like this, and then you have somebody come over and you hit the button and the smoke comes out, I guess that's cool. I like that. But what do you think about this piece, Kev? You like this or?
Oh yeah, I think this piece is real cool. Like I said, had you not pointed out that it was a toy or whatnot, I'd assume that this was a statue. This is pretty high quality, and when you watch the video, you can see they get real up close on the rust and the metal kind of sheen that they try to put on this thing, and I think it's made out of plastic, to be honest. And it's got a pretty good quality to it.
Oh, it said it actually. They said it right here. Hang on, I think they said what it's made out of somewhere, I thought. Let me see if no, I don't think I got it. Yeah, they say on the website what it's made out of. I think it's like, what's the PU stand for again? Polyurethane.
Yeah.
Metal, and they said I think might be part polystone or something like that. So yeah. And then they got a Optimus, which I think is awesome. He articulates too. He moves just like the other one. So like, how badass would it be to have both of these? You know, just like out of the movie.
That Optimus looks great too.
Look at the detail in this. Look at this.
Exactly.
And a lot of this stuff moves. Yeah. Yeah, I really like this. I'm not buying it, but I really like it. And these are kind of pricey too. I mean, like, look at the little, like, he's got like the little hydraulics and stuff in there. This is crazy, you know? But these things are like $2,000 a piece, you know? I don't know if this one is, but I know the other one is.
Looks like a pretty good size though.
Yeah, just for a size comparison, standing next to the guy.
Good size. It's at least a quarter scale right there.
Yep. So, yep, that was my pick of the week for that segment. All right. I think that was basically it, guys. I don't know if you want to go over anything else. Let me see if I have anything else that I might have missed. Oh, I thought this was really cool. Well, I forgot to share this with you guys before we head out real quick. They got this, Hot Toys got this Miles Morales. Is this Miles? Miles Morales? It looks a little different to me because he's got like braids.
Oh, well, I mean, the movie's been out enough. That's Miles Morales in the alternate world where he finds kind of his doppelganger, if you will. And,
oh, okay.
Yeah, that's right at the end there. He kind of runs into him, and
yeah, I was confused by that. I didn't see it, but yeah, okay. So he that's like who he
Prowler,
fights.
Yeah, or yeah, Dinesh points it out. It's Prowler, so which is excellent. Okay. That's a cool version.
Yeah, that's cool.
I like that movie a lot, so it was a good time. I can't wait for the next one to come out.
Yeah, Hot Toys has been doing a good job, man. The quality of, for the price point that they put out is killer.
Sure.
But yeah, they look displayed together. They look really nice. This is all the stuff that'll come with it. You got like this background. You got the eye effects that you could put on the mask. You got the spray paint cans, the hands.
Where are these running these days now? About what, 250, 350, somewhere around there?
Yeah, I would imagine. I would imagine some of the more intricate ones, like those Iron Man ones, they could be $300-$400.
Ugh. Wow. Okay.
Old piece. Love this. Love this.
Yeah.
This is. I can't find this for a decent price. This is the Rebel Terminator, if you don't know who she is, but this is an old piece from Sideshow. I wish I would have picked this up. This is something that
Sideshow, right?
I think it's Sideshow, yeah. And I love this. There was a collector that was sharing this, and from what I understand, this goes for a lot higher.
Oh, I bet.
A lot higher now. Yeah. What do you think about this?
Oh, I was a fan of it. I remember seeing it when it came out on the website and stuff like that. Again, I wasn't a Terminator collector, so it didn't make sense to have it in my collection. But, I mean, it was really well done. Sideshow still does a very good job with females. And those pieces tend to have a real nice resale value. She might need another strap or two to put those boots on. But other than that, I think she's spot on. I don't think those
50 freaking straps.
Anyway. Jeez, zip.
Yeah, I mean, you could tell it's a little dated, but it looks so cool, man. Yeah, that was a piece I loved. Anyway, that's all I got. Kev, you got anything else you want to share?
No, things are going well. Got a couple more things coming in. I got that Bumblebee XM that came in, so I'll take a couple photos. I'll throw that online. But each fan getting one piece at a time with those Transformers. So by the end of the year, I think my collection will look pretty good for XM Transformers. Just got to find a couple good deals. They're hard to find right now.
Yeah, you're going to get – so you're doing a whole display of the Transformers stuff. And how many Transformers are you up to now?
I've got 2, and I'm working on a 3rd one right now. So, of the XM line. So that's we'll get them. We got a couple big ones. We're going after Starscream and Soundwave right now.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I got the ships coming in. I plan on ordering the X-Wing next month. I got the Y-Wing that should be coming in sometime. Whenever that comes in, there's no rush because a lot of this stuff, it doesn't come in right away. I'm fine because I got to move.
Yeah.
And then what else? Ripley. I can't wait for Ripley. Ripley's on the way. I'm waiting for tracking on Ripley.
Nice.
And I got the Venom Arise. I don't know when that's ever going to ship. I ordered that from Spec. I talked to Todd, and he's not sure. So we'll try to have to figure that out. I'll hit him back up.
Has anyone heard anything from Ant? I mean, I'm still waiting for a Michelangelo and Leonardo. I need some kind of shots of these guys.
Yeah. I haven't seen much of Ant on social media recently.
Have you? Lately? No. I'm kind of like, okay, Raph and Donnie, they're getting lonely.
Shane is such an idiot. I couldn't see Adam all show because he's camouflaged.
It's working, man. It's
working. Can you see me?
No.
But anyway, that's all we got for today, guys. It's been a little slow. It's been a little slow across the board,
Yeah, not a lot of announcements, but again, like I said, you had XM that just announced the Spider-Man, and then a couple of those Transformers a little bit earlier. They're swinging a little hard, but it's been a little quiet. So that's okay. We need a little time to save up some cash.
We need a little space, because we throw some dough around. So yeah, I think everybody's slowing down a little bit. Shane said he's really a predator.
Well, while we're slow, take your time. Start pulling all your statues down. Start dusting them, guys. Start getting some new room.
Rethink the displays. Rethink your lines.
Yeah.
For me, I never thought that I would cancel a City Hunter Predator, and I just did. A lot of people are getting pushed out for pricing, and you do it a couple times for the stuff that you love, but then there's other things you're just like, man, I don't know. I could get so much more with that money. So anyway. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you joining us here at the Collector's Table Live. And, we'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.
Good one, guys.